Hello everyone and welcome back. As I said in the last episode, I kind of want to get after a guardian temple today, specifically for the armor trim, but also I want to start farming the blocks. And let's see. So this is where I'm at now, southern tip of this island. And this is the nearest guardian farm. And what I want to do is actually, I want to have an active farm for the guardians. I have an idea. I want to try it out. I don't know if I'll get to that in this episode, but at the very least, I do want to conquer that temple. And then after that, I have some more stuff to get into involving the Tricky Trials update. I have updated and I want to get into some of that content as well. So let's get started. So I have snuck in here before. There's a banner for the map, but I have not ventured into the structure beyond that front area. And I actually think I might just try to ignore the guardians and go for the elder guardians. We'll deal with the little ones later. My main focus is to not get hit by their lasers. That's one down. What did I get? I did get the armor trim. Awesome. Can you go around the outside of these things to get to the other side? Yes, you can. That's two. I feel like there's not a path to the top one. I just cannot find it. Oh, this looks new. But it also looks like a dead end. Is it? Aha! Nice. It looked like we got another armor trim from that as well, so that's awesome. Looking around though, I haven't seen any sponge rooms, which is disappointing. It's not to say there isn't any in here, because I did just find this whole area just a moment ago. So it's possible there's another room somewhere around. But anyways, now that we've checked that armor trim off the list, I can start going back to some of the other stuff that I had planned for the episode. We will be coming back here later though to test out my idea. I just got to do some prep work for that first. Alright, the first new feature I want to test out is the crafter, which I think I'm going to have everything I need to make it, but what am I missing? Let's see. I remember looking at the recipe and it was something like that. Oh, I'm missing a dropper. There we go. I only have one. There it is. Alrighty. So, I will end up changing the recipe for this thing just because, well, maybe not now that I think about it. I was going to add some wooden planks to the texture, but it does have a crafting table as part of the recipe, so I think that's taken care of. It does have this stone looking top though. That could come from the dropper. I don't know. I'll mess around with it. I want to make it a little bit more in line with some of my other recipes for redstone changes. But for now, I'm just going to use the basic recipe. The main reason I want to put it to use, though, are in these couple of farms that I have. I actually recently found out that I had an issue down here. For one, I've never finished it, but I actually had an issue down here with this dropper. As you can see, this is backing up with bone meal. It's supposed to recycle through the system and come to this area here. It's a shulker box loader. I can never say that. Anyways, so yeah, this backed up, which meant the beetroot backed up to the point where it got into some of the other filters, and even though I have these set up so that, am I picking that? I am. So even though I have these separated by a block, there is still a problem because I set these up like this. So basically once this beetroot one filled up, I'm not exactly sure how it happened actually, because it was only these, I think, last two that were broken. I know these hoppers started to back up as well, so maybe that was it. Anyways, yeah, these got messed up. I need to revamp the filters a little bit, but I also want to get that crafter in here to start automatically making these hay bales. Possibly some red dye. The bone meal, I want to change it so that it crafts the bone blocks. And then potatoes and carrots I think are fine as is. The other spot I want to use the crafter is over here at the melon and pumpkin farm. Again, never finished this. I ended up adding storage down there so it didn't overflow, but the melons, they're getting close to filling up here, and I've crafted melons quite a bit manually. So, you know, just break the chests, craft the melons, replace the chests. But yeah, that needs to be automatic. And then the overflow, the bone meal, again, I want it turned into bone blocks. Possibly sending it over to that system so that it can all be loaded up into the same shulker boxes. So I think I'm going to start simple and just work on the melon farm now, just because that one is the one that I spend the most time doing. So let me get some of this worked out and show you what I come up with. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is get this going back downstairs for processing, so that this can be a nice clean room to decorate. I think what I'll do is I'll have shulker boxes full of melons and pumpkins be delivered into these 2 chests, and then the rest of the room will just be decoration. I'll put these 2 trapdoors back once I'm done, just because it's easier to move without them. And then I have no idea why there's a block here. And just like that, I am done. Not a lot of decorating happened. The piles in the corners kind of serve 2 purposes. One, it tells me which chest is which. And then there's a button here. There's nothing in either chest. So the shulker boxes that are being loaded at the moment will be swapped out when I press that button. So these should be partially filled. Yep. Partially filled, and it looks like I may have a problem with my sorter. That's surprising, because I've been testing this. The other purpose, though, is I can just throw the shulker boxes into these corners. And I happen to know that there's not extra shulker boxes at the moment. So in order to reload the loaders, I'm going to have to hit that again. And it got a little tight. But basically what we have is the main feed from the farm comes down. This is the filter for the melon slices, so the melon slices will come down into the crafter. I have a little circuit to, once it's full of slices, it will just pulse at once. And even if melon slices are continuously coming in, it's fast enough to keep up with the... So even if it crafted one after another, it wouldn't cause an issue with the pulse length. And then anyways, the completed melons come here. And then this is the in-feed hopper for the shulker box loader. Same kind of thing here. The pumpkins come out and they just go straight into this here. See if I can get around here a little bit. It's not easy to see, but a sticky piston, observer, dropper, dispenser. Here's the shulker box that's being loaded. The detection for when it's full, and then any overflow will go past this hopper. So if there's no shulker box, or if it's out of shulker box, or for some reason it gets stuck and this fills up, any overflow will just continue back. This is the line to refill the supply of shulker boxes. On this side it comes down here, and then it goes down there. But both of these lines, so there's the melon input and the pumpkin input, both of these lines come into this one here, and then they go down. These are the 2 pistons that are activated by the button upstairs to like reinitialize the system. We can see this shulker box here, so it did go in as well. And let's see, what was I saying? Oh, the 2 lines, the overflows come together, and right now they just go into a composter with a chest. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything in there. So yeah, this I still need to address. I need to create a like destruction system for when that overflows. I don't know if I want to have another shulker box loader for bone blocks over here, or I think what I'm going to end up doing is it's hard to get out when the trapdoors are there. Having them get sent over to that area for processing, since I've already got probably a larger supply of bone meal coming in over there. But yeah, so I'll keep an eye out on that issue that there was melon slices in there. I honestly have no idea how that happened. Well, I have some idea. As I was working down there, at one point I did break a hopper that spilled some stuff, and it may have been picked up by another one. So I'll keep an eye on that. But anyways, I've got a stash of melons and pumpkins out here. Yeah, I have a feeling once those 2 shulker boxes fill up, I might just let this thing run into overflow, and it's going to be a bone meal farm at that point. Other thing I want to do real quick before I change directions is get these filters a little bit better in terms of issues. I don't want them to have issues again. So yeah, it can happen so fast. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these set up. And I guess while I'm here, I should also fix this. It just needs a detection signal like I did over here, so it can spit the bone meal out. Just read it and pulse it. I'm honestly surprised I forgot to do that. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then maybe head back over to the Guardian Temple? We'll see. And there we go. All done. So just simple little circuit to actually I did something wrong here. Just in case that ever gets completely full, I think that the signal, I don't know, just to be safe, make sure that that is a max signal. That slows it down a little bit, doesn't it? Oh well. I'll help it out, because it should be able to keep up after this. All that's just going to end up being destroyed on the cactus at the moment. But at least it won't break the system as it sits. I will come back and renovate this a little bit later, because I have to incorporate the honey bottles, poisonous potatoes, and yeah, that's gonna, this whole area is probably gonna get a bit of a rework now that the crafter is a consideration. I might have everything just come up into one chest with some sort of like storage, like manual storage behind it, but we'll see. For now, let's get back to something else. I am over at the Guardian Temple, and I've done just a tad bit of setup here in this front room. Entrance is right over here. So all I've done so far is got that conduit set up and just a little room to kind of like duck into if I just am tired of fighting guardians and don't want to watch my surroundings, or if I want to manage my inventory. So that's what that's for. But basically my plan for this place is to clear out all of the internal structure. So basically clear out all these walls and figure out how to basically, I'm probably going to end up walling off certain sections, making columns. Basically, I want this to be like a big, almost like a guardian arena, where the guardians spawn and I just swim around and fight them. All their floats, or all of their drops, which I just realized I just picked up some of my own trash. All of their drops will float up to... This is not safe. Sorry. All of their drops will float up to the upper section of the arena where they are collected by allays, is my current plan. So I'm going to start clearing this out. But since it's probably going to take a while, I don't think I'm going to let this be the focus for the rest of today. I think instead I'm going to head over... Well, let me show you. My goal for the rest of today is going to be to collect some of the remaining armor trims that I have not gathered yet. Right here on the map, you can see I've explored a little bit of this desert. I didn't have my banners on me, so I couldn't mark them, but I did actually find, I think there's a savanna village right here, another desert pyramid, there's a well somewhere in the area, but I was only able to find one pyramid here, and I hit the edge of the map, so I didn't really explore the rest of the desert down here. But yeah, so I still need the one from the desert temple. Let me check my notes. I still also need one from a woodland mansion. I'm not going to do that today. Pillager outpost, that would be nice if I can come across one. Then I also need ancient city, trial chambers, and trail ruins. So I kind of just want to explore a little bit more around the outskirts of this map, looking for any of those spots. Specifically the pillager outposts would be nice, but I'm also on the lookout for villages, so that I can start trading for the trial ruins maps. Try to locate some of those. That's, again, not going to be the focus today, just kind of finding the villages to act as a home base, I guess, for those searches, or just find like leads, starting points, that kind of thing. But yeah, the ones that I'm really hoping to find today are the pillager outpost and the desert pyramid. So let's see if we can make that happen. Just got into new area and look at what I found. Is this going to be the place where we can get... I really don't want to break a block, but it's not working with me. There we go. All right, I really don't know if this is going to be the place, but let's see. I'm going to have to come back for archaeology stuff at some point too. Yes, there it is. Nice. Oh, wait, more. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I'll take it. Actually, I want the bones too. I'm on the lookout for the new wolf variants. So Maybe we can find a couple of those while we're out here. Found a pretty awesome little spot right here. So I'm looking for trail ruins, right? So I've been following, can't really see it now, but there was a old growth birch forest kind of over in that direction. And it dropped me off. You might be able to just barely see it right there. There's a campfire and a village. And there's another village like right over here somewhere. It's just out of sight. And then I was like, oh yeah, this is an old growth spruce tree. Taiga is old growth taiga. I don't know. There's like two variations and I don't know the difference between them. But so I started looking for a trail ruins here. And I found that. Haven't been over there yet. I wanted to finish looking for the trail ruins, so I kept looking, and then you see this pillar here? I ended up seeing some wolves, so I put one in a hole and I chased down the second one. I put the second one in a hole, and there's also a trail ruins. So this is a pretty sweet little spot. Finding a lot of stuff after kind of a dry spell. I'll have to show you this on the big map once I get back, but I haven't found anything since like my island is to the south, that direction, and like that whole half journey around the ocean, just nothing. I mean, a village or two here and there, but like nothing else interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna head over to this pillager outpost real quick, and hopefully we can get that that trim. No such luck. Dang. I've been having such a hard time finding these things too. And that is the only chest at these things, right? Like, I don't think there's any others. Lame. Whatever. Alright. On we go. Alright, another one just came into view. Let's see if we can get lucky on this one. Yes! Finally. So after I finished my lap around the ocean, I came back here and something was kind of bothering me, so I fixed it. I did not like how the ocean was looking unexplored in certain areas, so I went ahead and did the exploring, marked out everything else. I got a couple placeholders because I ran out of banners for the ocean ruins, whatever they're called. But yeah, that's looking so much better now. Next time I will walk you guys through some of the things that I found, but for now, I'm just going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one.